It's a sad day for Baby Daddy fans, but we're going to get through these next 2 episodes. We're going to, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
It's amazing
How the unexpected can take your life and change direction. Oh, we only have one more time to hear that before it's over.
Stop it, I can't.
We have to talk about it. I'm James Lott Jr., and this is the Baby Daddy After Show on AfterBuzz TV, and my co-host, of course, is Dakota T. Jones.
Hi guys, Dakota T. Jones. You can find me on all social media at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And you can find me at James Lott Jr. And it's just, the news came in, a lot of shows got canceled, and some got renewed, and sadly enough, one of our shows, Baby Daddy, got canceled.
It's so weird because like literally just now as I'm seeing like AfterBuzz TV's Baby Daddy After Show, like it just now hit me. Like this is our second to last Baby Daddy After Show, and it makes me so sad because this show has meant so much to me. Like, you know, I have hard times and this show makes me laugh, and it just like breaks my heart. But so thankful for 6 seasons. I guess technically it was like 5.5 because they didn't even get the last 10 episodes of the season to do. But Derek Theler announced it late night on his Snapchat, and I was really, really upset. But I was telling you that I was like the first in the news and the media to like write an article about it being canceled. Made me so sad.
It's sad. You guys have been great. You guys out there who just like say it'll say Baby Daddy. Yeah, the show actually is. I mean, it's a fun, harmless show that just they all get. The cast is so nice. You've met the cast; they're so nice behind the scenes. So like they're all talented, and it's a show that does fluff, but it also does serious stuff at the same time. We watch the little girls grow up. It's a shame. It's a great show, and I fell in love with it after he brought it to my attention. So I'm like, now what?
I know. It's like I brought you into this mess, and then now it's over.
I know.
It kills me.
And you guys out there have just been so wonderful. But so of course you can follow us on iTunes and YouTube. AfterBuzz TV, Baby Daddy, it's there. Our seasons 5 and 6 are on. If you want to look over our seasons again, and some previous seasons were on a long time ago.
But we weren't the ones on that.
We weren't on that one. So we weren't on that one. No, we don't mean any shade or anything, but yes. So you guys are hoping there's spinoffs. I mean, who knows? I don't think there is. But
I don't think there is, but I know a lot of people are signing this contract. I know I have to try to save Baby Daddy, and I know that a lot of people are thinking, what if Netflix picked it up? Which Netflix has done that to popular shows before. I would love if they did like a revamp and they could keep the same characters and the same set, and you know, even if they didn't keep the same set, who cares? I just want them together, whether it be this show or another show. I love the chemistry and I want them to stay together, and it breaks my heart if it really is over, because a lot of people thought maybe it was a prank, or maybe they were just saying that and then they're going to come back and be like, never mind. But maybe if Freeform sees that everyone's really mad.
But if it doesn't, also on a positive note, 6 seasons is a good run.
It is. It really
for a series. It's a good run, and they did some great work on there, and they're all just great. They're great stuff. So yes, Billie Jean, it is ending for real. There's no, I mean, anything can happen, but right now it's ending.
I know.
And this is episode 10. What's in a box? That's the episode, and again, another great episode with slapsticky stuff and some heart in it and some comedy, and it's just like another good show.
I know.
And it's the 99th episode.
Next week is the 100th.
100th.
You know, at least they made it to 100 episodes. I feel like what they did was, and usually the first half of a season, it's 10 episodes.
Yes.
So they purposely did 11 episodes. That way they could hit their 100th mark. And I'm at least happy Freeform did that, because Freeform, I'm a little upset at you. Just saying.
Well, now also on a side note, you did go to the set and said when you were at Young and Hungry, and you just see the set was cleared up.
I went to Young and Hungry the other day, and next week on our after show, I'll show that photo. I went by the set of Baby Daddy and I looked in the door, nothing, literally, and I know that they take sets out for a while, and then as they're about ready to shoot again, they put it back, but it was just too empty, and I was like, wow, like it might be over, and sure enough.
And I'm working on a guest for next week. So there's somebody who might come on next week, and we can all say goodbye together. So I hope this person does it. So we'll see what happens. The things we will never find out. But this episode was fun, and it was funny, and literally it was about boxes.
It was. You know what's funny is Young and Hungry's episode that aired tonight was about a box too.
Again, remember this has happened last week
Yes.
too. With similar
Character
themes.
names or like similar guest star names. It's crazy,
It
but
is
I
crazy.
love it.
Because it's two separate shows, obviously, and Dan Berenson wrote this episode. Who produced and created the show? He actually wrote this episode. I saw.
Wow.
So I thought it was interesting, but it's funny they're actually reaching back into a storyline that concludes our buddy Brad. Peter Laporte is just so funny on the show.
I know.
So they brought it back. So Riley's defending Brad. And wait, didn't you predict that or something? I feel like you said something like that.
I think I did a while back that Riley's going to be the one that tries to get him up.
Yeah, I would have swore you said that actually. I think you did, and so that's what it was. It was basically we had that storyline. There's like two storylines, well, almost maybe three, but two big storylines going on. The sex of the baby, Danny and Riley. Riley said we don't want to know, and Danny wants to know, of course. And the other storyline, of course, was this box of documents to help save Brad.
Brad is mostly kind of somewhat innocent.
Yes, and then the third kind of thing was Jack K. Harris starred as Judge Johnson. And of course she's funny. And here's a little inside note, because Tucker wants to be like on her TV show that she's about to do. This is her last trial for a TV show. Him upstaging her, like all the jokes are funny. That's an inside joke is that when she was on 227 way before you were born, that she became a breakout star on that show. She was a supporting member.
Really?
Marla Gibbs was the lead person. Who played the lead guy, and she got more laughs. She got the Emmy. And stuff, and there was like some little jokes about how she overtook the show a little bit, and it was like she was funnier than the lead person. So I thought it's kind of funny. I thought they did it intentionally or not, but I thought it was really funny that Tucker was upstaging her.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of, I thought, okay, I like that. I kind of like that. It's kind of funny. Wow. I should say hi to people who are watching. These are our people. Gabriel Hayward, Genevieve, Jasmine Jones, Tiffany, Simone.
I love you all.
Billie Jean. I know, Billie Jean Girl. Edward Sanchez Productions. I'm trying to see. We're probably missing a few folks who I don't see them in here yet. A little Brianna XOX1, who's always in here too. We love you guys.
I know. We love shouting you out because literally this after show would not be anything without you guys, because obviously we all bond together for the love of the show.
It's true.
And so getting to talk about it every week has just been so much fun.
It has.
Because it's like, I'm going to sit and talk about the show anyway. I might as well sit in front and talk with you all hearing,
Right. Why did they cancel it? Everybody's still upset about them canceling the show. I'm like, I know we don't know.
I know.
Okay, so what's funny? One of the funniest scenes they're mentioning in here already is Bonnie and her breasts.
Oh my gosh.
Every once in a while, you're like, oh my god, what's going on?
She was like.
She was. I was like, oh my god, it was like kind of crazy. So Riley's defending her, defending Brad, and I love when Bonnie does this whole like tirade. Like she's upset, like he's gonna go to jail, and she's like just faking it. Yeah. That's what I think she's just. Like, again, Mr. Peterman is so good. Mm-hmm. And you did message with her earlier today.
I did.
And she did want to come on the show when she's not in town.
She talked about doing some sort of special episode, or whether or not that would mean coming on my show and maybe you could join me or something.
Yes.
So she said she did email me back, say, I hope that you'll have me back another day once I'm back in town. And I said, we would love to.
We can do a spotlight on or your show or something. We can do something and have her, because she's a great person. She's funny and she's so talented.
Yeah.
And that's a varied resume also, so she can talk about all kinds of stuff.
And she said, maybe I'm not able to come in and talk about this episode, but she's like, I could always come back and talk about the past 6 years.
Yes, completely.
And I was like, please do.
Completely.
So we're working on it.
So we're working on it. Completely. You're going to miss our show. Too. Okay, yeah, so she's waiting for this box of evidence. That's the whole thing for her. Now, meanwhile, Danny and Ben are trying to find this envelope that she had. And the things they're doing just slapsticky, funny stuff as always.
I just love how, like, it's not that easy. Once they finally got the envelope, they have to call a number and give a code, so that way the cake is sent to see what the inside color is.
Which happens nowadays. People do this whole reveal parties now, and I guess that's what we found out it was the wrong couple, they had the wrong cake, and they do reveal parties where you go, okay, the baby's going to be... And then you reveal it, and it's usually either it's a little tiny baby, it's a certain color, or the cake is a certain color. Right. And so they had the wrong cake, and just, all this hijinks ensue. So they're waiting for a box too. Everybody's waiting for a box.
I know.
That's why I titled "What's in a Box," and turns out each get the wrong box. Of course.
Of course they do.
Of course they do.
Of course they do. And not only do they get the wrong box where the guys end up finding the paperwork that they needed, but they get the wrong cake. and they go to give it back to the people who are the rightful owners, and then they end up spoiling the sex of their baby, and then they know the sex of Danny and Riley's baby, but they won't say.
I love it, they won't tell. And then meanwhile, Tucker's trying to get on the show with Judge John. There's all this rhyming stuff. It was just so funny.
Of course,
she was hitting on her first. But she was hitting on her. She was hitting on him.
Oh yeah.
At first, of course.
Yep.
It's kind of funny.
I'm just happy that Tucker will have somewhat of a hopefully stable job.
Yes, hopefully. Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, also midway through the trial, they leave Brad and Bonnie alone. They run out.
She busts them out of there. And I love how like originally they were like, oh, do you think what I'm thinking? And he gets up and he's like, yes, and he's like taking off his pants, and she's like, no, we're gonna get out of here.
Yes. Oh my God, it's just so funny. But basically, you find out they have the documents. Brad is let off. On the other side of that, it's a boy.
It's a boy, which is so funny because...
Okay, so tell your story, because you said you have a hat.
Okay, yeah, I have like a hat, and that the cast was like, oh my gosh, is this the hat? Like, is this the hat, the new hat? And everyone's like, yeah. And on the little pin, instead of it being like red, how it usually is, the end of it is pink. So I was like, oh my gosh, I figured it out. I'm so smart. And of course, I thought that was it. And then whenever they did the cake and it was pink, I was like, I knew it.
Yes, you did.
But then of course they pulled the wool over our eyes. So I don't know why that little dot was pink on the hat. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe they just did it because of Emma. Who knows?
I know, but someone in here said they go, oh yeah, Tucker got a job, not excited. I don't know. We don't know. It could still change. I mean, I predicted a boy. But next week it could have been a mix-up.
What if there's twins? What if they're like, oh, you know what? We only gave you one cake. We were supposed to give you two, and one was each sex.
Well, here's the deal. I have a couple of friends. I have twins in my family where one twin is hiding behind the other one, and so like my friend Tara, she didn't know she was having twins.
Wow.
I mean, they missed the heartbbeat, everything. They missed it for a while. They didn't know. So
it could happen.
They said Tiffany says that next week's episode is called Daddy's Girl. So they're thinking it could be a girl because of that, but I'm thinking it could be girl. But it could be just because of Emma too.
Yeah, that's true.
The show really began. It's about Ben and Emma, basically. And they show the previews. You may have a mommy now. We kind of see a flash. They say that. So I'm thinking Daddy's Girl means Ben and Emma, not so much that I think they're having a boy.
Yeah, and he was singing. I know. But I want to go back and watch the preview because I was too emotionally distraught to really be paying attention. But yeah, I'm hoping that they give us something to kind of wrap it up because Freeform is known to do this. They'll give shows a long time and then they'll decide, you know what, we're canceling it and we're not even going to let you be able to tell the rest of the story.
Oh, really do? Okay.
And if they do that to me after 6 years, I'm going to walk up into that place, knock on the door.
You said to him.
And I'm going to go up in there and I'm going to knock on the door and I'm going to be like, look, like, do something about it. And they're going to listen to me.
Gabriel's like, I'm shocked Riley wasn't mad about finding out about sex and baby. I was shocked that she didn't get mad either at first, but I think she just got overcame with emotion. It was just like...
But the cool thing was when she opened it, they found out together.
They did. They found out together.
So, I mean, that was cute.
Yeah, that was cute. I thought it was a cute scene, but yeah, at first I thought she was going to yell at him or something, but she didn't. She was just like, oh, I mean, I think her hormones. She's preggers.
She's preggers.
So it looks like next week she's going to have a baby, I guess. So I guess we're ending it on a good note. She's going to have the baby.
They sped that pregnancy along.
A little fast.
It's almost like maybe they had an advance warning. I mean, maybe. I mean, Derek did say that the cast was shocked, so I think they were expecting to at least get picked up for 10 more episodes.
Yeah.
But I think that because I feel like 5 weeks ago, she was barely showing. Yeah, now she's like 9 months pregnant. So they probably had some kind of an advance warning where they're like, look, we don't know if it's going to be renewed or not, so you better have this baby so we can tell that story.
Yeah, I think they're going to end it on that note. I really think they're just going to end it on she's going to have a baby. But the Ben story, I'm really curious. Tucker has a job. He'll still be loveless. Bonnie is back with Brad. But yeah, what is Ben's ending going to be? What's the ending? I mean, will he meet Elle? Everybody's talking about it. Will Elle come back?
I feel like they started that storyline and they may not be able to tie that up because they didn't give it enough time. Because I feel like they were getting ready to have them be introduced. Yeah. So then that way, the next 10 episodes, they could fall in love. So I really hate that because for Katie Gill, I really want her story to come into play because we got introduced to her. We like her.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see that play out.
Tiffany says that Dan, the creator, said they kind of predicted an ending in case it was canceled.
They did what?
Predicted an ending in case. Well, I mean, it's probably produced it. I mean, she said that an ending in case it was canceled. So they kind of had it in mind, I guess.
Yeah.
Because she could conceivably have the baby and could still do 10 more episodes about that, her being a new mother and all that. They could go on forever. But maybe this is good at some level that we're getting some closure, I guess.
I don't know.
I know.
I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. But in the end, it's crazy because like Brad does get off. Good for him.
Yes.
I'm glad he's not going to be in jail. But at the end, all the guys are trying on those fake pregnant bellies, which was hilarious.
That was kind of funny, yes.
And then she goes into labor.
Yes, assumingly, it seems like she's going into labor.
Unless
so
she's joking, but I don't think she
I
would
don't
do
either.
that.
So they're ready. It looks like they're going to have a baby.
I know.
We need a flash forward for Ben and Elle. We need an hour-long finale. I know. I wish there was an hour-long. It sounds like it's only a half hour.
It's only a half hour.
Like they were going to do it was going to be. They said on the show, they said this mid-spring finale.
The spring finale.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yeah, they didn't change that.
They didn't change that. They need to give it its proper ending and not say spring finale. They need to be like, yo, series finale.
They probably will now, probably.
They probably will. Freeform, I'm bitter. I am like a ticking time bomb. Like, say one word that makes me mad, and I'm mad.
He's bitter, you guys.
I'm bitter.
Dakota T. Jones is bitter.
And I'm usually real happy. But...
I know. He's bitter today. It's crazy. But anyway, so that's basically our show. I mean, there's not really much to say. Next week we'll come back together and we're going to say goodbye to it. Maybe I'll bring some champagne or something.
Please do. I'll get an Uber home.
Yeah, I'll bring some champagne. We'll have to give it a proper kind of goodbye, and hopefully we'll have a guest in, or maybe I'll have the person call in if they can't make it in.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And we'll just say goodbye to it together. And hopefully it looks like it's gonna be a good episode, so it should be fun.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe we will have like a special episode coming up if Melissa is able to join us. So we would love to do that, but. You know, guys, we love you guys. We appreciate you, and we're so happy. Even though we've only came back for 2 seasons, it was a dream of mine coming to AfterBuzz to revive the Baby Daddy and Young and Hungry panels.
You did,
and I'm so happy I did because it's so much fun talking about our favorite shows. And I'm so happy that you got into this.
Yes, you did. You got me into it because
you fell in love with the story.
I did, and
you
loved it.
Binged it all and loved it.
I did all in one weekend.
So
I did. I know. We got to work together, so that was one thing he wanted to do. So we got to work together.
Yes. So I guess. Overall, yes, I'm upset, but at the end of the day, I am thankful.
Yeah, we're
very
thankful.
Yeah.
We're thankful. Yeah, I know it's hard to say goodbye, you guys, and everybody's still in disbelief. I know it's gonna be tough. Yeah. So you guys, Dakota, tell me where they can find you. What's going on?
You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones, and my talk show premiering season 2 of my talk show. It's going to be on June 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with 2 guests from Stitchers from Freeform. So make sure you check that out.
All things Freeform.
Yeah.
You can follow me at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms. I just filmed a Christmas movie that'll be coming out around Christmas time. Not sure what channel yet, but if you follow me, I'll let you know. But they wrote a role for me in it.
Yeah, and you played yourself.
I played James. I play a hyper version of myself. And it's really funny. It's some fun. I'm the comic relief, so it's really funny. Also, I have a song and a book coming out in the next 2 weeks. So if you follow me, you'll find out what they are and when they're coming out. I got content coming your direction. And we're here at AfterBuzz TV. Follow us at AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms and on YouTube. We love you guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz. See you later.
Oh, I gotta. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.